And the timer has started 2 hours.
All right.
All
Anthony, you can go ahead and launch them in.
That's when I hit it. Was as soon as I saw the baits start to
The
go
bait
out.
fly. Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, along with Chad, Josh, and Anthony. I am Lyle, and we are excited to have Anthony on here tonight. What are you doing? There we go.
I'm working on it.
Oh. Hi, Jody. How you doing? Bobcat says my spot, Anthony. Is that right? No, that's what I... This should be a great show tonight, folks. If you want to see some fish caught, Anthony will probably put some in the boat.
You have to pick either bump into the river. You can't have both.
You can't have both. All right.
All right. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day weekend. Would you believe I spent my weekend down in Tennessee and didn't take a rod, a reel, or anything with me?
I'm thinking that don't surprise me much.
That is dedication right there, Chad.
To what?
I took my
daughter.
Family
and her, life.
That's right. I took my family, my daughter, and her friends down to Tennessee to Gatlinburg to celebrate her 16th birthday.
What a deal!
Happy birthday!
Congratulations! Happy birthday! We are so proud of you for getting a new car and license and having a 16th birthday.
And we were talking to your dad before the show, and he said on days that he borrows that car, you get to use the truck.
Oh,
and he'll always bring it back full of gas, so you don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Right. On that note.
Just helping you out, buddy. Chad, do we have any tournament results for tonight?
Yes, we do. I will get them pulled up right here quick. My apologies. My
slacker.
Beautiful daughter just came in. Let's see what we got here. We got out of the Indiana Catfish Association, June 14th on Patoka Lake in the French Lick, Indiana. Big fish was 43-pound flathead. Let's see what the results were. We got top 5. We've got 5th place Corey and Brooklyn, 14.85. 4th place Brad, Jeffrey, and Patrick at 22.26. 3rd place Leroy and Jason at 29.57. 2nd place Waylon, Adam, and Timothy at 46.11. And in 1st place we got Justin and Delmer. They had 60.81 pounds and the 43.84 pound big fish.
Very nice.
There we go.
Good job for everybody.
All right. I'll say hi to everybody in here right quick. We got Mama Cindy Stokes telling everybody happy belated Father's Day to everybody.
Thank you, thank you.
We got Bobcat Outdoors, says he'll be dipped. 922 Crappie Barbecue, John Patrick Jr. Catch fish with us. Crappie Day, Darren Rowdy Royal. We got Pontoon Jody Catfish and Mark Barnum. Team Snagging Whiskers Dustin. Dave Funk. We got Sampy, Creole Catfishing. We got MI6 Mike Irvin. Greg Burgess. Member Cool Cats Fishing. Miss V. Smith. Northern View Outdoors. Member Danny Stone Outdoors says another boat person. Bank anglers need to step up. In the meantime, let's go yak.
What's up?
That's right.
We got Benoit Fishing Cootie Outdoors. Mr. Fishing with Jeff Beal. HS Outdoor Life says, what are we doing tonight? Tonight we are doing Top Cat. This is a 2-hour special. One angler, 2 hours.
This is one of the 2 episodes a year of Catfish Weekly that HS Outdoors gets to watch. He's on vacation this week, so
nice.
We got Look Lady, Catfish Cowboy. Member of the Weekend Angler.
Thank you. To all of our members, we appreciate it so very much.
All right, I'm down here to the bottom. Oh,
Members, what are those?
very good, awesome, kind-hearted, soul individuals.
That is correct. People that
Yeah,
really
you gotta
like
have what, 2,000 subscribers before you can mess with that? Something like that.
No,
Mhm.
no. I don't even think it's 1,000 anymore, is it?
I don't know. It used to be. I don't know if it still is
It
or
used
not.
to
I
be
doubt it.
1,000.
If it is,
think
that's news
they
to
had
me.
changed it up,
I
so.
have not messed with it. I'm at 1,100.
They will contact you when you're eligible. I'll tell you that, or at least they did us.
Oh, you know, it's probably for the watch hours too. I don't have the watch hours.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it. I'm not 100% sure.
Hey, Anthony.
Sir,
Old Bob Kitty wants to know if you are anchored or whether you're dragging.
I am currently anchored. I am debating suspend drifting here in a minute.
I got you.
I had one really nice looking underwater tree that I've never seen before right here, so I was going to try it out quick.
I asked Anthony before the show started whether he had Joey Bob with him tonight, and he said he's by himself. So
Oh, so you can step up for other people, but they can't step up to Joey for you.
man,
Wow.
I will say Bob asked me. I didn't ask Bob. I was afraid that his time was worth too much. No, honestly, the only reason I didn't ask somebody was because I've had problems with my boat motor and I wasn't 100% sure if anybody was going to have a good time. I did not want to be stuck on just a trolling motor with somebody else in the boat. I didn't think I was fair to that other person.
I got
That's
you.
very, very kind of you.
Looks like
very
you got a
kind
bad
of you.
fisherman off there towards the shore.
Yeah,
we
he
say
was
hello
right
to
up here
Priya?
ahead of me.
Did we
He
say
was
hello
here
to
before I got
Priya?
here.
We did.
Okay. Team Snag and Whiskers. There's Mark.
We did.
Catfish and Crappie.
We did not say bye to Mark or Bugman22. Just seen him come in.
Hey, Bugman.
205 Wild Action.
Yeah, 49 folks in already tonight.
Anthony, do you have a single anchor out the front?
I have a spot lock trolling motor, sir.
I
There
like
we
that
go.
better. It's a lot easier. You don't have to pull them up very much. Well,
Yep.
mine you don't have to pull up much. You don't have to
I
pull
do
it
have
up
a
at
drift sock as well, but like I said, if this tree doesn't produce, there's a good chance I'm going to just drift this whole entire shore over here.
That
Try to
looks
get
like
the
it
fast
ought
guy
to be a good
sometime to
ledge.
get out of my
so.
way first.
Yeah, it looks like a good ledge to me too. There's Freddie.
Freddie. Oh,
QC, Brian.
Oh.
That was the first
Dang
bite.
it.
Come on, big boy.
That didn't take long.
I have nothing but big
There it
baits.
goes.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get it.
He's wanting it. He's wanting it bad.
I have nothing but big baits on, so I fully
like
expect to have a bunch
Big
of taps.
bait,
Don't hook up.
big fish.
Well,
I
I mean,
want
the
Parker,
winter,
Parker just sweating it.
I do
like
too.
91 pounds, right? I got to beat 91 pounds.
Let me
Something
look
like
here.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
91.29. 2 fish
Now,
back.
in all honesty, all I really need is a pound to beat Bob, right? So
Yes, yeah. I mean,
I think that's probably right. Yeah.
Actually, I
That's
think
all
with
it
that bite, you're already beating Bob.
I would say that, yeah.
Did I say that out? I'm sorry, Bob.
Oh my.
I'd say with that takedown, he has pretty much pulled ahead of all the other boat anglers so far in the Top Cat competition.
Except for
Wait a
James.
minute.
Except for
Wait a
James.
minute. Yeah, James.
Oh, yep.
James had a pretty good night.
Yeah,
Not-
James did have a good night. So
It
it would be
wasn't.
bad. It would be bad if I let James beat me again because he knocked me out of first place and then down in the third place during the tournament him and I were in this weekend.
Oh my.
Oh.
So revenge would be sweet, right?
It would be. Actually, I'm sorry. Dustin's the one that knocked me out of second place.
Oh.
But
Well,
James
I
did
haven't
come in
seen
first place.
Dustin's name pop up on our entry, so he's probably afraid of you.
I think so.
On a completely somewhat unrelated yet related topic, if Chad didn't have enough of me as it was, he gets to see me a lot more now.
Oh yeah.
Do tell.
I have been accepted as a FOA pro staff member. So
Well,
there
very
you
nice
go.
for you.
I say I. We obviously know it was Mrs. Yak and Baby Yak that got it. I'm just here for the ride. But, you know.
I understand
Honest-
completely.
I honestly think it was just Baby Yak that got it. And
Are you in the know, Chadwick?
I'm in the what,
well,
sir?
yeah, I was asked my opinion, and I was like, well, Mrs. Yak little bit more skillful, but I think really Baby Yak is the only reason to bring him on board. So yeah, it's like I seen the Joey job that Anthony put on a few weeks ago for Bobcat, and I was a little nervous to say yeah, but
I thought he'd done really well myself.
well, I mean
I did catch
As a-
the only fish on that boat that night.
that is true. When you outfish, yeah. When the Joey outfishes, that's just tough.
I missed it again. Chat keeps popping around. Cool Cats Fishing says, but now, as for this weekend tournament, I stopped the yak. LOL.
Yep. Him and I were
Well-
going back and forth at the beginning. We caught a bunch of fish early, and then him and I basically caught Jack squat the rest of the tournament, but he had caught a 20-something pounder, which put him ahead of me. And then Dustin shows up with a 40-pound fish
Oh, wow.
to knock me in second place.
There's Frank with Twisted Fishing TV has joined the chat.
I don't know if you say member Brian B. Catfishing's made it in here.
I didn't see him. It's jumping around. Howdy, Brian. Glad to see you made it in. Of course, I'd never see Brian's name on the entry form either. I think I know why, but you know,
Brian doesn't fish no more.
We had a conversation the other day on our fishing show on Saturday. Brian's retired.
He's
he
tired,
has nightmares
all
in his sleep about fishing. So
about fishing these tournaments and you beating him.
no, about fishing. Period.
Oh! Excuse me.
It's that bad. It's just so post-traumatic stress disorder for him that he can't handle it. So
I'll be darned. Well, that's something. There's
it is
burrito
my
lady.
understanding that his boat is almost unable to be seen because of all the overgrowth around it.
I can
Wow.
relate.
I can't say much these days.
I spent all weekend working on a boat, so
How did that go?
it went really well.
I seen some pictures the other day. I'm quite impressed, to tell you the truth.
Man, I'm telling you right now, my my old wood shop teacher would be proud of the cuts I was making and how I was working all that in. So,
Not to step off the subject of Anthony catching a bunch of fish, but is it me or is it wrong for them to take home ec and shop and things like that out of the schools?
I think
100% wrong.
100% wrong. Yeah. They
Okay,
should
it's
definitely.
not just me then.
No, and I'll tell you why. Why it's even more of a problem, in my opinion. They took it out, making it mandatory right before I got into school. So I did
So
not
you-
take it. And I promise you, there were things that I have messed up and it's cost me money because I did not know it that I would have learned in that class.
Both of my sons learned their welding skills in a shop class with a great teacher. I mean, the guy was really good. He was really young. He spent time with them kids, and they both make their living doing that now. Tony, not as much as Marky, but he's got a complete shop for welding set up at his house. So,
Wow.
you know, they learned it from this teacher, and he was a really, really good dude. And I can't imagine. Of course, they had all that when I was in school. We even had live sports where they took you trap shooting and fishing and all kinds of stuff. So things have changed, to say the least.
For sure. Even just since 2010 when I graduated high school.
Yeah, Bob was a little bit earlier than that, just a little.
2010.
Just a baby.
He's such a baby.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be 34 this year.
34. I was 34 once.
I think I was. It's been so long I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but you're older than dirt.
That's true. Definitely got to thank or congratulate Miss V. Smith on her monster
Dude.
beautiful flathead.
Very
was
nice
ridiculous.
flathead. Very
That was
nice
awesome.
flathead.
I showed
Such a
my
nice
wife, and the
baby,
first thing
too.
she said was, "I want to catch one."
I want to
Get
go.
out.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't blame her. Do not blame her. I was seeing her husband throwing that fish back in a video clip this morning.
Yeah, I thought
I'm
for sure he was gonna
thinking-
fall in with it.
I wasn't going to say that.
Well, I mean,
was
you saw how
thinking-
far leaned over he was.
Yeah, he was way over there. I'd
So you
like
might as well
to.
been-
I haven't targeted flatheads in a long time. I'm about due, so I do like to catch them.
You guys hear a loud smacking them, and I got a stupid horsefly I got to deal with.
Hey, you got a fly swatter?
No.
Every
My hand.
boat should have one. Every boat should have a fly swatter.
Mine's got one.
They should all have one. Greg Burgess,
I got me a new fish beating stick too.
please explain.
I'll have to. It's in the truck right now, but I'll have to get it sometime and I'll take a picture and send it to you. I went out yard selling a couple weekends ago. The girls wanted to go, and one of the yard sales we visited had a fish beating stick.
Does it say that on it?
Yeah, it's something like a fish knocker or something.
Wow. I have a friend of mine, John Nordyke, which I used to fish some with. Him and I fished some tournaments and Cindy, and he is a big woodworking guy. Tons and tons of equipment at his house in a building that he built just to do that in.
Oh, nope.
And he took a bunch of scraps and made them into little mini ball bats to whack Asian carp with when they get in your boat, and give us one, and we give them away at tournaments till we run out of them. There is Lee Reed, Uncle Lou. Welcome.
What's up, Uncle Lou?
Randy, old gray-haired Swain.
No. You didn't hear somebody say Chad has a fat head. Thank you,
Who done that?
Uncle Lou.
Really? Lee Reed's one of my favorite people. He
Yeah.
probably don't know that, but he's a really good guy.
Dude wears a triple XL bike helmet and calling somebody else a fathead.
Oh, he used to wear a police uniform. Do you know that?
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
him in bicycle shorts.
I missed a picture of that, and I'd like to see it, although it might be an image that you could never get out of your head.
I bet I could make it happen.
I bet you could too.
Oh,
All right, another chance for salad. Anybody want it?
you can keep
Wow.
all that salad.
Got a lot of trash, don't you, Anthony?
Y'all gotta get healthy, man. Yeah, no, it is pretty trashy. I'm gonna try to anchor the top of this hole on this ledge over here.
Okay,
Now that bass boat's moved down. And
sweet.
once it gets a little bit further down, I think I am gonna go ahead and just suspend drift, just because there is a lot of junk.
Okay. Hey, Matt, how you doing tonight? B&B Catfishing. Hey, Paul, how's it going? QC Brian.
We lost Mr. Josh. He came back and left again.
He must have had something happen.
Must be having the troubles. What's up, Matt from Wannabe Outdoors?
Did you bring you any ranch dressing to go with all that, Anthony?
Probably need it.
Yeah, you might before the night's over. Lee says it got hot wearing those vesting gear. Run that squad car into a thong and combat boots.
That's the image I want to see is Uncle Lou in a thong and a vest.
I never would get that out of my mind. I'm afraid.
Like you hadn't thought about it already.
Oh no,
Doing a what in a
a thong.
A
Oh,
thong and a vest.
Yeah, I can't imagine Lee Reed in a thong. I just can't do it. I don't want to. And
Your
you can't
views would go down.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right about that.
Yak, we're gonna need you to start catching fish so we can get off this category.
Yeah.
Well, I tried. That one fish tore a chunk of the bluegill off, but it was too small to get the whole thing in. I have about
That's too bad.
a 6-inch
That's one thing
bluegill that I've cut the fillets up to almost up to the gill and left it whole so it bleed good. And he tore one of the flaps off. That's all he got.
That's one thing about using big baits. The little fish usually can't take them, but the big ones will not have any trouble with them.
Correct. That's why I'm not worried about it. I'm going to keep throwing big baits, and I'm either going to win this thing or I'm going to die trying, right?
Hey, I'm with you on that, man. Second place is the first loser. but it beats a skunk.
It does. That's true. I have one rod I have thread fin on for a fish, so I can beat Bob.
Right, I got you.
That's-
Now, the question is, would you rub that in a little if you got a chance?
Of course, I would.
Okay.
I know he would do the same.
Yeah, I was thinking you're right about that.
Bob is one of the big proponents of me getting into catfishing as much as I have. So yes, I talk as much smack as I can when I start doing well, because someday I'll be better than him.
There's very few people that we don't have to approve posts and stuff for several reasons. But Bob is one that has free reins to post whatever he wants, because I don't worry about anything he does.
Very true.
Of course, Chad and Josh and Mark, they all have access. So
I'd have to go fishing and catch something to post something in there.
yeah, I got you, man. I got you. I'm starting to think that you might be related to Brian B.
If this keeps up, I might have to sell all my fishing equipment.
Wow. Danny Stone says what's that salad made of? Marshmallows, mandarin oranges, and pineapple? Anyway, I'm eating 2 pounds of it starting now. Bob, you're great. So
Jeff Beal wants to know, Yak, what kind of boat do you have?
This is a 1989 sea nymph fish and ski, the 16 and a half footer.
Nice.
Nice.
But it's the perfect boat because I got less than $5,000 in it and it works. So
That's awesome.
Did Chad blank out too? No, there he goes.
No, I'm right here.
You were just showing you circling for a second. Maybe it's on me. I don't know.
I think it's all you. You got so much power. Your StreamYard don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
River Rat 3030 says, "Hello, everyone. You are doing well today, Mr. Josh. I sent you a picture in Messenger sitting on the river listening. Good luck tonight."
Hey, there we go.
There's member LG Bass.
Hey, Tom.
Like I said, we're gonna give this bass guy a few more minutes to get out of my way before I drift, and then I'm gonna aim the drift at, like, I don't know, 0.5, 0.7.
0.5,
Probably only run 4 rods at that point instead of 5.
Right.
I have 8 with me, but I was like, the current's moving enough. I can't fish more than 3
What
or 4.
state are you in, Anthony?
I am in Tennessee. We're allowed
That's
to use as many rods.
unlimited. Yeah.
Yep.
I wish they'd make that universal throughout. I mean, there's so many regulations that they could make universal throughout the entire United States. That being one of them. Another being that it's what you can use for bait. If it's legal to use crappie and bass in your state, it should be in mine, but it's not. In Missouri, I'm only allowed 3 rods per person unless you have either your conservation number or your name, address, and phone number on. Then you can use up to 33 hooks. So there's a lot of variances in different states, even the ones that border us. And I would love to see somebody come together and say, okay, we're all going to have this regulation. So it doesn't matter where you go, everything would be the same.
Right. No, I get that entirely. And the one thing they have here that is different from most of our states around us is the hook limit. We're only allowed to have 3 hooks on a line anymore. It used to be you could have only 3 hooks unless they were a size 2 or smaller. Then you could have unlimited hooks.
Oh wow! You almost run a trot line behind you.
That was their attempt at regulating the Alabama rig for bass fishing, but it stuck with everything. Which is fine. It just means I have to be careful if I'm running like double hook rigs with a stinger fly, or if I'm running a really big bait, running 3 hooks. I can't run more than 3. But the big thing it affects us on is our not sabiki rigs, but our jig rigs for like crappie and for skipjack and stuff.
You got that left
Oh,
rod
Bite,
there,
bite, bite.
Anthony.
Oh,
It's that bluegill again, that whole bluegill. He needs to just eat it.
Yeah, he does. I have a feeling tonight, fellas, that Anthony's going to put some fish in the boat.
I think he's getting good shape.
I hope so.
You know, last month we had Bob dealing with the
I think he's on
spawn.
there he goes. There he goes. Oh, that's just like that's every fish that
You're
ever bites
teasing.
my line.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I think we are going to see fish that have come out. He's still there.
Yeah, he ain't left you yet.
He's still playing with it. I'll wait. Gotta wait.
And as soon
They
as I
got
say
2
that,
hours.
I'll
That's
get
what's
back
going to
out.
hurt.
I can't wait forever, but I can wait a couple more minutes for him to swallow it.
It definitely looks like you found a good spot there with that sunken tree and that ledge coming off there.
Catfish Cowboy says that bluegill's running for his life.
It's dead. It's not even alive.
And he's
I
really
had
working at it.
bluegill. They
That
died before I got to go fishing.
reincarnated, just try to get away from that fish.
I debated throwing my bait tank, but I was like, I don't feel like fishing them out later, so I left them in the bucket because it was only going to be another hour and a half to this thing, and then they all croaked.
Yeah,
Right.
Dustin, real quick, you can sign up either on the Catfish Weekly Facebook page. We'll be making the post immediately after the show tonight for the July sign up. That we'll be drawing for that one on July the 7th. That is 3 Mondays from today. And they will July's Top Cat competition will take place on the 21st of July. And you can sign up on the post there on the Facebook page, or you can send an email or a text to register at theweekendangler.com.
Or
And
contact any of us.
And I'm putting that in there. Danny says that's a gar all dressed up for a fancy dinner wearing a grass bow tie.
Oh, wow.
Danny is just hating because it's a bait or a boat fisher.
Boat angler,
Getting
yeah.
ready to catch a fish.
All because I scared Danny on a boat one time.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. Now that I have the boat, I do not ever intend on purposely bank fishing unless my wife says she just wants to, or I'm going for bait. I cannot stand fighting people for spots.
Right.
There are not that many here in Chattanooga that aren't elbow to elbow anymore. But the big thing with this is my daughter is more mobile, and I got rid of the kayak to get this because they have the higher sides, and she can't fall in. It's easy.
Mhm.
So,
That's how we ended up with the Bayliner. Caitlin had gotten mobile in the boat, and I had a little Monarch bass boat that was a nice little boat. I wish I'd kept it, but the Bayliner had much taller sides, and we didn't want Caitlin falling in the water. Now she's fine. So
very safe to have tall sides. Matt from Want to Be Outdoors says, "Come on, Anthony. I'm praying for a minimum of at least a 30-pound."
dude, I would love that.
I want to see a 65-pound flathead just right out of the
That
bed.
would be awesome.
In my opinion, this is for this stretch of river. This is the spot. It is nothing but rip-rap and trees all through here.
That'd be perfect.
Have we had a flathead on Top Cat? I don't think we have.
I don't think we have either. Competitive Angler says, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to chat. Glad to see you made it in."
Got 73 people watching us now. Anthony's already starting to get some bites there. We're just about to hit the 30-minute mark into the 2-hour window for Top Cat here. Just a reminder of the rules. The way we organize Top Cat, we take one angler per month, and we give them 2 hours to catch the heaviest 2-fish bag that they can come up with. And that gives us time to kind of get to know our anglers that are fishing it. And you know, we've been doing online tournaments now for years, but sometimes it's hard with 8 to 10 folks fishing up there on the screen at one time to really get to know people. So this kind of allows us to, which just like we're hanging out with Anthony in his boat and just fishing with him, and we get to see how he approaches a tournament situation. So
That's right.
Competitive Angler, he is fishing the Tennessee River around Chattanooga.
Might be on
Jason
the click of
Coolcat says, "Oh, that's
Here we
that's-
go.
There it
it's
is.
on.
Here we go. You know, one thing, Josh, that I would like to say, I think a lot of people have forgot who really started these online tournaments as we know it. And
That would be
he gets
Mr.
very
Chad.
little respect for that.
I heard that he is one very good looking fella.
Well, I'm not going to go with that, but it was a great idea and done correctly. And Chadwick, thank you so much for that.
Oh, you're all very, very welcome. I think it's gave it a lot of hours of enjoyment for folks to watch. And most of us being as competitive as we are, it has also helped, with
Fish has got some fight to him.
Yeah, it does.
fun.
Trying to get it out of my suspended line because I guarantee it's worth going in a minute.
Matt, I do not understand what you're saying with that, but if you'll explain it to me.
Oh, Matt, no, don't do that.
Oh,
Don't get me
Lord.
started, Matt.
Uh-oh. Maybe
No,
I
he
don't
did-
need
he
to
did
know.
something. He was the first to do something else.
No, there's a reason there was a video made of me, Matt, over that. So we don't want we let bygones be bygones. We made up. We hugged it out. We're good.
Competitive
He's the
Angler
big boss.
says, how does one get entered into the online tournaments?
So this particular one is we have a Facebook post that we make every month.
Fish in the boat. Hey, it's a nice fish to
Hey,
start.
it is officially a fishing show.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Anthony.
Good job, brother.
But this one here, we do a monthly post. Everybody that gets entered, we do a drawing to see who fishes. But there's other things that are going on in the fishing community that where we have tournaments and stuff. You just gotta find who's doing what. Some of them are, a lot of them are just fun. Everybody enters whatever. There are some leagues now starting, so you can get into those. Some of them cost an entry fee or whatever, but
Some don't.
some don't. So
I like the ones that don't. I'm cheap.
Okay, man.
Oh,
that's a good
wow.
first
Very
hit.
nice.
Boy,
Very
that's a
nice.
fish.
You see, Yak is so much nicer than me. I would have been like, "Hey, Bob, you remember what this looks like?"
No, you
This
can't
is how you do it,
that.
Bob.
You can't do it. That is like asking for a jinx.
Yeah,
but
but
it's so much fun.
he's already got one in the boat. Whether he catches another one or not, he can talk smack to his buddy.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's fun about it.
Well,
You can
when
be serious.
we
but
have, if there was any confusion, it was not Anthony bringing Bob bad luck last month.
No.
He just proved that.
Hey. It is. Hey, but you know what? If you can't bust your buddy's chops like we all do,
That's right.
what fun is it?
Competitive anglers
can't be
weight
so
guess
serious.
29 pounds. We're going to find out here in just a second.
Yeah, everybody wants to get those guesses in
Get
there.
the guesses going on there in
Yeah,
chat.
find a
Those
scale that
guys-
works first.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Oh, he's got it in a boat and can't weigh it.
Mrs. Brown, welcome.
I got it.
Oh, he got lucky.
My
Okay.
favorite
Scale,
Brown. And that-
backup scale.
Hey, Chrissy Brown.
Danny Stone says goodbye, third place.
I swear I'm going to buy me a mechanical spring scale just for when batteries die.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, it's time for a
Bob
new
is-
sling. Catfish poked a hole in mine. Ready?
Go for it. I got the
Matt says, Anthony,
Fred
say what
Pete pulled
Chad
up here.
suggests. Then Bob goes out and bumps a 70. You know what? I will bust Bob's chops all day, every day, and I will be so happy when he catches that 70.
Oh,
I love the guy to
absolutely.
death.
25.44. All
Great
right, and
fish,
what's
buddy.
your,
Great fish.
here in a
Minus the
minute,
sling. But I think I want to say 1.4. But I'll wait in a second.
All right. 25.44 minus the splint.
Minus
swing.
the
I got the
sling there,
calculator
so-
up.
Greg Burgess. That's
There
a
you
great
go.
looking
That's
fish,
good look
Anthony.
at that fish
Has it
there.
got any spawn marks on it at all?
This one's whiskers are all tore off and up. But other than that, no.
Yeah, she's got some rash on the side of her, looks like.
Yep, a little bit.
Back there towards the rear.
That's for his hand.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Probably been bumped or moved or something. Doesn't take much to
Big,
bruise
big,
her.
healthy fish. And back in the water she goes.
She didn't stay long. You ready to go?
Bugman,
Don't forget
Bugman
you got
says
to
I
weigh the
got one of
sling.
those.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Bugman says I got one of those spring sails from the 70s in my tackle box. I used to have one. I don't know if I still got it or not. Never used it.
1.53 for the flank.
1.53. That's going to take us to 23.91 adjusted weight.
Great fish,
Very
Anthony.
nice.
That's awesome.
And just like that, Yak is on the board.
And what place does that put him in?
Give me just a moment. We're going to find out here.
All right.
That puts him into third place right now. He's about 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds behind James from Cool Cats. No. That's fourth. I misread there. Does Danny had 28? I read that as a 22. So he's in fourth right now. Let me.
And I got a message. Please put in Team Snagging Whiskers Dustin in for July.
We will do.
And it begins. Freddie says, Jeff, we still have a few slings in stock. And fellas, if you don't have one of them, you should look into it. Freddie's got a good price on those, and they are really high quality. And I don't say that lightly.
So we'll take a look at the Top Cat leaderboard there. Anthony on the board now, adjusted weight of 23.91 pounds. Overall leader still Parker Pursuits with 91.29. Jerry had a really good night that night, but it's not an unbeatable score by any means.
Bobcat Outdoors says, I need a redo now that spawn is ending.
There we go.
No mulligans in this, buddy. You have to wait till next year.
I'm trying to get rid of you, Danny, but it doesn't work.
Real-time catfishing. What's going on, Catfish John?
Oh, Big John. Welcome to the show, my friend.
I'll move us up there.
I will say this part is on the inside of the next bend. It's part of a beginning of a straight that goes down this ledge. So actually, now that I'm off more to the side, out of the main channel, I might actually be able to anchor better. With all these trees where I'd prefer, but it may still drift some in a bit, depends on if the bite stops or not.
I know Josh is going to make fun of what I'm going to say.
What's that?
Yeah, you always do. Wood is one of the best things to fish out of. And the older the wood, the better the wood.
Lyle really loves his wood.
I do.
Yeah.
I fan
thought it'd be Josh, but Chad beat him to it.
He's an authority on it.
How would you know that?
Especially old wood.
The one thing that's different about this section is the wood, with the exception of a couple, which you can tell which ones they are. Every spring, this completely changes. Like I said, it goes up another 6, 7, 8 feet, and just everything washes down. So this section of the river, really, other than the rock contours, most of it changes every single year.
Matt, I think that's exactly what's going on, Matt.
Any river that floods will do that.
Right. But I'm just saying this particular stretch, with it being straight, it doesn't catch anything other than a couple oddball trees that fall straight off the bank. And you can tell which ones are the old ones that have done that, because all the other trees have grown up around it and hit them.
Yep.
You can just barely see them when the water's low.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like wing dikes. And I don't know that you have dikes on that river. Maybe you do. But on the big rivers, you have wing dikes, and they don't all hold fish. But the ones that do usually hold separate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one thing that's different between me and my wife, she likes to anchor in a spot, and she doesn't like messing with the rods. So she's okay with the dragging. She'd rather not mess with boards. She'd rather just drag off the back of the boat. Or if she anchors, she'd rather sit for 30, 40 minutes in a spot. Me, especially when it's warmer, I tend to be like 15, 20 minutes max. Like, I got 4 more minutes in that spot, and I'm moving.
Yeah.
So, especially with a 2-hour time limit.
Exactly.
That needs to happen, Danny.
Danny, I wouldn't. I would call him and tell him he already caught a 50-pounder, and he's got one that looks like it's bigger coming to the boat.
Yeah, Danny, you ain't got a hair if you don't.
He's struggling to get it in. It's working him to death.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if Jerry Parker's not watching in silent mode, sitting there shaking in his boots or something.
Now, that dude can definitely fish. That's all I can say.
Yes, he can.
Competitive angler, yeah. Wasn't you the one that had boat trouble when I was watching a while back and it wasn't in neutral?
Yes, that was when I my first bumping trip. That wasn't in a tournament. That was just me fun fishing.
I think we've all
But
done that.
Yep, there was
Oh,
that one. And then this past weekend, like I said, I had went on vacation and I had vented I have an external tank, not an internal. I took the internal one out of this one and got rid of the mixer and the separator and all that stuff. Just so it was a straight shot, changed the fuel pump, all that good stuff.
Oh,
let's
I
go.
thought I saw one get tapped a second ago, but I couldn't tell.
that he come back for that one. That one's the first one that got hit, wasn't it?
Yep. Lee says he's
That
talking
might have
about
been a
wing dikes. Says they hold many big fish. They also hold large numbers of those dang carp. Yeah, they're probably in there eating them. Danny says, hold on, I'll be back. I'm going to do it. Here's another comment that somebody could answer. Chadwick, who has a FOA promotion code?
I would say Yak has one now too, but
I do
Okay.
not have one yet. It is still
Oh,
being
then-
set up.
I put mine in the chat if anybody wanted to use that.
There you go.
FTW10, and in case you're wondering, that stands for Fields to Water. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Are you sure?
If you use TWA20, you get charged 20% extra. So
There you go.
Oh,
if you just want to donate some money to Freddie, that's a way to do it.
that is a way to do it.
I'm all for donating money to Freddie
Why is that?
You've got money to donate.
because he's just such a nice guy.
You got that Chad Fields money, though.
You got Chad Fields money. There's a song about Chad Fields money.
There
There
is.
really is.
Giving that one rod 2 more minutes. It's just the tip of it's still bouncing. But that's
Yeah.
the one's got the tiny baits on. This is probably a channel cat. But it would still be a 2-fish limit.
You know, that would,
You know,
Well,
there's a
doesn't
lot
matter.
of
You already
pressure
hit a
comes
dog.
off. There's
Right,
a
exactly.
lot of pressure comes off when you hit the culling mark. Once you know you have your 2 fish and it's just culling from there, there's something about that.
Well, I have a confession to make. This past weekend's the first tournament that I fished solo besides your Tacticat one.
You won the
Where
Tacticat.
I did, but it's the first tournament I've actually limited out in and was culling.
Oh man.
It
Bob
was such
wants
a
to know-
relief.
Bob wants to know what was the issue with your fuel tank?
I had water. That's what I was trying to talk about. When I went on vacation, I had vented the gas tank so it wouldn't swell up. And it rained an absolute metric ton. I didn't have it covered enough, and I actually had water in the gas.
Been there, done that.
That'll
That
do it.
sucks.
But because I didn't really think to check it, I was like, oh, hey, it worked before I went on vacation. I went ahead and just topped off the gas tank without even looking at it, tightened it down, went to the lake, and it fired up for a split second, which would be the gas and the lines that were still good. And then it hit the water and just
Yeah, it can't burn that water. And
Nope.
that water will sit down there at the bottom of that, underneath all that gas.
But I did
My
a 6-hour
boat,
tournament with only a trolling motor, and I came in third
Wow.
place. So I'm fine with
My
it.
boat has a 34-gallon tank in it, and I went through 2 completely full tanks of gas in it and kept getting water in it. Come to find out, the sending unit on it was bad, and when it had rained, it'd leak in around the sending unit and
Oh,
get
no.
in the tank. Put a new sending unit in it and drained it out, got all the water out of it for the 3rd time, and I have had 0 issues with that.
Nice. Yeah, mine's only 6 gallon. Like I said, it's an external tank. It had I think it originally had it was either a 13 or a 23. It was some weird random number gallon internal
Right.
tank.
Yep.
But I took it out and I put more foam in the floor in its place. Because that was the problem with this boat. It would park for 10 years because the previous owner flooded it and let it sit. So all that foam was completely
that foam was
waterlogged.
waterlogged.
The plywood was no good.
And that stuff's heavy. I just
Yeah, so you
redone all that in mine
Oh, that's
a couple years ago. It was a pain in the butt.
Water's
But yeah, so I
plumbing
yanked
there
all
at
of it out,
8.5 pounds
replaced
per
it with
gallon.
XPS foam or extruded polystyrene. For those who don't know what that is, it's the green and blue insulating foam you can get from Home Depot and Lowe's.
That's great.
I'm
I
getting
put
ready
it
to
in, and then the
pour in
floor
John
itself
boat.
is PVC cheap.
I'm guessing when I replaced all the foam in mine, I probably knocked out between 300 and 700 pounds. It was that soaked with water.
It doesn't take a lot of water to start really adding up.
No, it doesn't. Some of my foam was over a foot thick from the bottom of the boat to the top of the floor in some areas. And there was, Cindy. There was gas hoses also that leaked on that, had dry rotted, and it was also running in there. But once I got those replaced, I still got water in the boat. That's when I found the sending unit.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you changed the fuel lines first.
Oh
and
my
it
God.
took you forever to find that one.
It was horrible, but yeah, both of them leaked. And not just the gas hose where you fill it up, also the vent hose. But I mean, it's a 2001. Come on. You got to do a little work on them sometime.
They're worth it.
It sure beats having to buy another one. And besides, it's set up to fish out of, and I kind of like that. Yeah, the gas hoses and the vent hose was the first thing I found. Kept smelling gas. That's how I found that.
Anthony, your spinning reels, are those quantum optics by chance?
Say it again.
I said, your spinning reels, I was looking at them. I said, are they quantum optics by chance?
The one with the braid is.
Okay.
The other three are Akuma's. One is the Avenger AB 6500, and the other two are just the AB 6000s, I think. But they're bait runner reels. That's what my wife really likes, so that's what we went with. And all the rods are FOA rods.
I've always said I wanted to try one.
They are, in my opinion, if you're into the whole bait clicker feeder thing, it's definitely the way to go. The 6500 give plenty of line for bank fishing or for bow fishing. They have an 8500 also, which is absolutely massive. They advertise using it for tuna, which obviously is not what we're fishing for here. But they're definitely capable. And they actually have, even though they're spinning reels, they have more drag than a lot of my bait catcher reels. I don't remember what the number is off the top of my head, but I remember reading it and it was like, okay, that's actually like usable. I have no problem or no concerns with bringing in big fish. The biggest fish I've got on them so far is a 56 pounder. My wife, the night she caught her 78, was actually on Brandon's rod and reel. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't I don't think it was a spinning reel either, but pretty sure it was a bait catcher. But the one bait runner, like I said, I caught at 56 with and had absolutely no problems and no concerns. Would do it again in a heartbeat, kind of thing.
Really? After the second time, I was not just cranky, I was pissed.
Hey, put that back.
Yeah, like I said.
Oh, that's a bait.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's got a grass skirt. It's a hula skip.
I got enough bait to change baits every 2 or 3 spots. So.
Really, Chad? Really?
I must have been hacked.
What's wrong with you? No, you wasn't.
I've told you for years now, everything and a lot.
I have a question for you.
Mm.
We haven't talked about this in a few weeks, and I think it's something we need to check on. How is your lovely wife, Dee, doing?
She is doing pretty darn well.
Consider she lives with you?
Considering she lives with me.
Okay.
But no, she's doing really well. They just left, apparently. Now that the kid passed her temper test today, they just went up the road. So,
Matt, I haven't had any shrimp in a while. I need to.
oh, Lyle. Saturday.
Stop it.
I had the feast of all feast.
Really?
At Joe's Crab Shack.
Ooh, Joe's Crab Shack.
I hear good things about that.
It was pretty.
Frank says I use bait feeders when I finesse fish with really small weights and medium to small baits.
Now there we go.
Trying to remember what it was called. But it was so
Jack,
good.
I'm glad that you that
You know
you. It's very addictive to do jigs and flies and stuff. Once you start, it's really hard to stop. I tie them every day, just because I enjoy doing it and it kind of relaxes things. You're very welcome, Freddie. It's a great product at a very good price, and anytime we have something like that I'm aware of, we will talk about it. And those slings are extremely nice. So anybody that doesn't have one, get a hold of Freddie and get you one, because you will be happy you did. I promise. And it's good on the fish.
Somebody needs to time Matt out. He's making me hungry.
Oh, no kidding! Wow,
6 pounds of mud bugs and 4 pounds of shrimp.
Oh Lordy.
You like me some mud bugs too. They're a little aggravating to get what you need out of them, but well worth the effort.
I peel the tail.
Yeah. Dave Funk says, I still use Cabela Salt Striker bait feeder spinning reels I bought over 15 years ago. That's almost like saying you have reels that are 30 years old with Abu Garcia name on them. Mark Barnum says, my spinning rigs are Penn Fierce Live Liners 6000. I do love some mud bugs, though. They're really good. I have a video of a young lady teaching me how to eat them one night, and we was in Alabama. Matt says he did have someone peel the tail for him. He is currently one-handed.
That's what it was. I had the Crab Daddy Feast.
Ooh, there we go.
Snow, Dungeness, and King Crab legs.
Oh man, that
sounds
sounds
so
real good.
And D got one that I can't remember. It was some kind of fried crab legs and sausage, and she didn't eat like any of the crabs. So you know who ate the crab on the drive home?
I'm guessing I know.
That's how you know I'm a very talented driver, when I'm breaking crab legs and eating
Let's
them
not
while
overdo it.
That's impressive.
while I'm driving.
Danny says, Parker just jumped on a plane out of Hawaii headed to Tennessee. Get out of there, Yak. Run.
He's gonna be a minute coming back. He got
Yeah.
time.
It's probably, what, 12-hour flight?
I can't see Barry Parker making it real quick through airport security either.
I bet he's been stopped at every security checkpoint there is.
I mean, it is, yeah.
Well, if he quit mooning everybody, they might not stop him all the time.
I apologize if y'all said anything too many. Hear a boat? There's a boat going by and hear you. So
It's all right.
We're making fun of Jerry Parker. It's okay.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Matt.
Oh, man.
Matt give me mental images of Chris Farley.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
Look, lady says, are you using trailer flies, Yak?
On the 2 suspended rods, yes, I am. For multiple reasons. One, they can catch me white bass, which is a good live bait, and I wouldn't mind having some. But 2, I've seen people plenty of times, especially in the kayak world, catch good fish on those flies too. My guess is the scent from the dead bait in front of it makes it look like it's a live bait swimming. Is the only theory I got behind it. So,
Danny Stone says, I bet they did a cavity search on Parker because he asked them to.
Probably.
Sir, you cannot smuggle this ugly stick in here like that.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's
can't
rough,
believe
man.
y'all.
Rough.
And while
Man.
fishing outdoors, said we run 2 spinning reels, a Cast King Megatron, and a Daiwa BG. Hard to beat a Daiwa reel.
I'll be 100% honest because Shayna's fishing with me more. I'm getting a bite on number 3. It went
That's
a very
good
good one.
honesty.
Yeah, right. But because Shayna fishes with more and she has a hard time casting with bait casters, we're probably going to go to all the Kuma spinning reels on everything. Because the Freddy rods, the spinning ones, can handle the 12 ounces just fine. What I use for suspending, and they got plenty of bend and backbone. I'm not worried about that at all. Just to kind of streamline it, less rods in the boat. All I have to do is just change out the rigs at that point to be able to fish all the techniques. Which on a boat with limited space, I think is a good thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's new boat's nice, but he's got like 80 rods in the rod locker in the middle.
Really?
Oh, he's got a ton. Maybe not 80, but it's an absolute ton.
I would never do that.
6 bumping rods. I know he has at least 6 or 8 anchoring rods in there. He's got 2 or 3 skipjack rods in there, spinning rod setups in there.
You never know when you'll need one.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do.
Right.
But my
Everybody
wife
don't have that kind of space.
Yeah, if you've got the space for it, you might as well fill the rod lockers. I mean,
I load them up with space or
that's
not.
what they're there for.
Bob said it'll hold 16.
I was close.
There you go.
And he also said, blah, blah, blah. Catch another fish.
Right.
Jeff Beal said he's a round bait caster type of angler.
Me too.
Matt's asking about stinger flies. Anthony, don't do it right now because you got rods in the water. But next time you bring one of those out, I'd like to take a look at that because Matt's asking about how you tie up or how far up is your bait from the fly and how do you tie the bait hook?
From my understanding, you can do it as far or as close as you want. Obviously, the further away it is, the more likely it is going to snag because it does not get picked up by the float on your rigs. But these ones are made by Double Hook Angling. It's just a smaller circle hook, and it's just got. I think this particular one's bucktail. I think.
Yes. Bucktail.
And then he used red twine on the head on this one, and then I just did the normal Snell knot on it, on top of it, and it's actually on the back end. When you tie it on there, this one's broke off. But when you have a regular circle hook, you just make a longer, however long you want it to be. You actually end up tying this on first. And then you put the other.
That's really cool. I had not seen anything like that. So
just a streamer in it.
Right. So if you think about it, right. So here's your float, and then your hook and your bait here, and then this is just behind it like this, and it's moving in the current because it's lighter weight.
Along and being weightless. I mean, just got the weight of the hook. That's really cool.
But yeah, like I said, my understanding, this actually came from striper fishing specifically.
It is.
And it was to imitate a bait fish checking out the cut bait, and it was getting smacked almost as much as the cut bait in that situation.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, you think about it, the way the water's going, your sinker on the bottom, or even just your trolling current and waves. Uh-oh. Hang on.
There's, buddy.
You got fish on. Oh yeah.
This will probably.
Oh, bluegill again.
This will probably get Danny's attention.
Danny's fired up right now.
Danny's always fired up.
It's swimming the boat.
One of these days, Danny and I are going to go fishing. We're going to have a shit ton of fun.
Danny is a blast to fish with. Absolute blast to fish with.
Uh-oh.
Hey, he was down at your local, one of your hot lakes the other day with his grandchild.
He likes to come down through here.
Got a nice little bend on that rod.
Whoa.
Yes, it does.
He looked like he was manhandling at first, then all of a sudden I seen him stop. And I was like, all right.
Bob says he's in a tree.
Look on this big old water here.
He's gonna be famous because I think Anthony's found the only tree that swims upriver.
That's right.
Not a good looking fish.
We up there at the surface now.
Heck yeah.
So we've got 1.53 on the weight of the sling. We know that
Yep.
now. So
Yep, 1.53. Dave Funk says half hour or an hour left. So go all gills. The river
Yep.
has spoken.
I would agree
Twisted
with
Fishing
that.
said that fish put the brakes on. Yes, it did. He was making good time, and then it just stopped.
Yep.
That's how you know you got a good fish.
Shirley T says, "Hey Yak and everybody in chat."
Hey,
Hey,
Shirley.
Shirley, good to see you.
I got
Hey,
to meet
Shirley
Shirley in
T.
person at the last gathering. It was a pleasure to meet her and Gene.
Shirley T sure is a saint of a woman compared to
Yeah, that's
that.
that's
She
two
put-
fish right there,
put
back
with
to back
that
on
one.
bluegills. So
I
I think
agree.
Dave Funk has a real good thing there. He said the river has spoken.
Dustin, did you get entered yet?
Dustin is entered, but I don't know.
Sweet.
He's not on the thing, but I don't know if
Yeah.
is the post made yet.
No, the post isn't made
It'll
yet.
be
So
after the show.
What's up, Lone Wolf Fishing?
Would love to see.
oh,
I fell out of the swing. $18.73.
18.
Very nice. Very nice. Would love to see a bunch of people enter for this month. It'll be nice,
weight
cool
of
evening.
17.2.
That way we can get in there. Very nice fish.
Good,
Anthony.
healthy fish. Look at that.
Ain't all beat up either.
Well,
But that way we can use the wheel that Chad loves so well.
He used it for me. He just put my name in there 3 different ways.
Yeah, we put it
That's
in there
right.
3 times.
That's
yeah.
right.
And
Creole,
with
I
that,
think you're thinking of a different Dustin there.
and with that fish, Anthony, you just moved yourself into second place.
Sweet.
There you go.
Take that,
And
Bob.
here it comes.
Anthony's showing that the boat anglers can compete in Top Cat.
That's right.
Take a look at the leaderboard. That fish bumps him up 41.11 pounds. So he had an
Yeah,
adjusted
actually,
weight on that fish of 17.2.
Time is it?
Got an hour and 4 minutes and some change.
Yeah, I was debating if I was going to go ahead and start drifting or not. I'm going to wait a little longer.
Does that put him in third place or second?
That puts him in second place.
Sweet.
So Parker with
Wow,
91.29, Anthony with 41.11,
Coming,
and
Jerry.
James with
Now-
34.44,
Got you, James.
and Danny with 28.58.
Time to start upgrading now, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
So
I
we
did
have
see where
July,
Bobcat was
August, and-
taking credit.
We have July, August, and September left in this round of Top Cat. Hard to believe it's almost been a year on this one.
How does he figure he gets credit?
He's
Bob
said, look at
says
my
you-
Padawan putting fish in the boat. I taught him that.
Yes,
Bob,
he did.
You need a fitty.
Need about 350.
Would not be opposed. That's all I can say.
Matt, I don't know. I haven't been out. I've been tied up with some other things.
Like, I'm going to give this spot another 5 minutes. I'm going to move down again. If I catch another decent fish in the next spot, then I might keep anchoring. But at that point, I'll
You
probably
need a 70. Put you over the top of Parker right out of the gate.
Dude, that would be fantastic.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
It would only be hilarious if I caught it in the last 5 minutes.
James says, "Congratulations, Yak. Now go get Parker."
Thank you, sir. I'm trying.
These young whippersnappers.
You notice the boat anglers stick together and the bait and the bank anglers stick together there. So
Oh, it's definitely a thing, man, for sure. And I go back. I was gonna say earlier, I don't bank fish now that I have a boat unless I have to. Because of the elbow to elbow part. But it's 100% harder, in my opinion, to bank fish because
it is.
I can move.
Absolutely.
I can cover 20, 30 spots in a couple hours with this boat, where they can cover like 3 at max.
Right. 100% correct.
So they either have to know what their fish are doing 100% of the time
Mm-hmm.
without being wrong, or they just have to be in magical waters, which Parker might be in that category. I
Which
don't know.
you know, you were a good bank angler, and a good bank angler is a force to be reckoned with when they get on a boat.
I appreciate that very much.
Or they're scared to death of it when they get on a boat.
Well, now that's true too.
I know a guy like
There's
that.
still a mark in, there's still a suction mark in the seat from Danny Stone's behind. So
Oh,
Puckered him up, did you?
it's not really, well, I think we can probably blame that one on Parker, because I was trying to take Danny back to the campground, and we knew that Jerry Parker was on the lake and headed in the oncoming direction. And we also knew that Parker ran up and down the lake without a stitch of navigation light. So
Now, you do know that tonight with Jerry on that jet coming back from Hawaii is the perfect time to blame any and everything on him that you would like. Not just
Jerry be the only
you.
person Jerry be the only person I know would drift up a cat from the airplane window.
you know,
I wouldn't take a picture of him in any window because I would be afraid of what I might see.
Well, that's true. You see a side of him you don't want to see.
Yeah, the backside. Danny says, and Yak is the third person to get the
two fish limit. That is right. Lee, I think you're absolutely right there. I was lucky to have gotten my seat back.
oh, bluegill's getting hit again.
He gonna go.
Come on, man. Come on.
The
70 pound
spawn
flathead.
is gone.
He's slurping on that bluegill like Lyle on a piece of shrimp.
Yeah, slurper on a biscuit there.
70 pound flathead. Let's go.
Let's go.
Do it.
I wouldn't know what to do, man.
Danny says, I blame everything on Parker. I don't care if he's at the North Pole.
He's not at Lyle's.
I'm not at the North Pole.
Yeah, it's your all season.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sort of. And it is still a whopping 79 degrees in Missouri.
No, it was hot here today. It's been storming all
It
day.
was. The humidity is horrible right now after all this.
Yeah.
rain.
You want to hear something crazy? Okay, so
Yes.
Tennessee River right now, where I'm at, it is 78. Well, it's just under 78 degrees water temp, right? Dustin, where he's at, it is. What do you tell me? Was it 83?
Wow.
Oh wow.
His water has been
Also,
warmer than
That rod's going.
I think so. I think it's a flathead guy.
God, I hope it is.
Oh my God, man. I can't do that. I can't say that.
He ain't there. Just left it alone.
Yep. We call that premature settlation.
I'm young and I can't help it.
So close.
I have the experience yet.
I understand.
Dustin said it was 86.3 last night on the James River.
Wow.
That rod's still bouncing. He might still be there. It's bending down. Oh, there it goes. It's for free. He must have been on a tree or something.
Bob says they've been moving a lot of water through our system. I watched his video that come out today, and they was rocking some water through that dam, and then all of a sudden they just cut it off. I thought, holy crap.
So
That's
last week, I don't know. I know they are today too, but last week they're dredging above the dam. I guess they're trying to clear out all the area in front of the floodgates from this year being so crazy. But they've been dredging it all week last week, and they started up again today. Which is why I was concerned that my trolling motor wouldn't handle over here. I was really thinking I was probably going to have to drift. Which, don't get me wrong, I love drift fishing, but I kind of had to be in the mood for it because you kind of have to be on the rods the whole time, you know, especially if you're in a spot that's not flat. And Yeah, that bluegill's still getting messed with.
Yeah, he's still messing. You didn't scare him off.
Nope. He just thinks that fish swam a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to take it because I need to change spots in a minute. I'm running out of time.
Cindy says, "Here, fishy, 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 fishy."
Wouldn't be opposed.
Do it on here.
Yeah, biggest fish on this boat so far is 41 pounds.
Tonight would be a great night to beat that.
I'd like to see you beat that tonight.
Would not hurt my feelings.
I would like to see that.
It's actually funny. I took 4 people out fishing on this boat so far, and up until that 41-pound fish, every single one of them caught bigger fish than I had in the boat. They had all had the record.
Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
Your time's coming. Hopefully it's tonight.
He's got 3 more minutes unless he gives me an actual legit. There it was. There's the legit tug. Come on, man.
We're running about 100.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's a hit.
Come on.
He's
That's a
trying to
good
get
hit.
excited.
I'll be honest with you. I got kind of small hooks. My big hook supply ran out because of the tariff stuff, so I haven't had a chance to get any more in yet.
I know a guy.
I know a guy too, and he has low stock right now, but my wallet says I can't do it right this second.
I understand that.
I had a guy at work last week. He messaged me on Facebook, and he's like, "Hey, I got a bunch of hooks that somebody gave me." He's like, "I don't know what the hell they're using these for. They're huge." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "What are they?" And he sent me. He's like, "They're 7/0." He's like, "Who uses 7/0 hooks this big?" Like I was like, "Dude,
tiny.
I use that and bigger for catfish."
Oh yeah,
And he's like, "Oh well, you want them?" I was like, "Sure, I'll take some free hooks."
absolutely.
He brought me and put them on my desk. I had like, I can't remember how many. It was like 20 packs of 7/0 river hooks.
Oh wow.
Gave them to me for free.
Wow.
I was like, "Dude, that's like $150 worth of hooks at least." I'll take them.
I got to try some of the FOA river sticker hooks this past fall.
Yeah,
I fell in
like
love with
that.
them. But like I said, those ones are particularly struggling to keep in stock right now.
Yeah, I had planned on doing a whole bunch of more flathead fishing this year with all those river hooks, but
Yeah.
Guess who hasn't been fishing in a while?
Don't be like Brian B. And
Bob
Chad.
said he has some hooks he'll give you, Anthony. Come by the shop.
I will happily come get them. I'll be there tomorrow. Don't ask me what time though, because I don't know what time I'm getting off work.
Oh, here they are.
Oh, there you go.
Like
I'll take
20
your word for
packs.
it.
They're the Mustad's 7/0 hooks. Is what he gave me.
I think that's all I have currently is 7/0 on everything, even my stinger
Are
flies.
those wide gaps, Chad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought a rod from a guy down in Paducah one time off of, I think it was either Craigslist or Marketplace or something like that. And
Come on,
got down
Bluegill.
there and he's like, "Hey, for another $20," he goes, "I'll throw in this tackle box." And I said, "Yeah, sure." And I mean, I bought the tackle box sight unseen because the box itself was worth $20. Opened that thing up when I got home, and that sucker probably had 300 5 and 6/0 Mustad demons in it.
Oh, Brian B
Chad,
forgot a work. He
Would
a word.
you care to address that, Chad?
Yeah, he missed a word. I fished last decade. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matt says if you catch a 30-pound flathead, he'll send you some 10/0 hooks.
Challenge accepted.
Starting to lose a little bit of daylight now. That
I
might
just thought that.
turn those fish on.
Hopeful.
I don't know what it was, but I noticed the light the same time you did.
It went fast.
Trying to give that bluegill rod enough time to do its thing while you're
Little cloud cover might have had something to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to rain at some point.
Yeah, we've had it all day today, off and on.
We were supposed to, but it ain't done nothing here.
It's like Florida weather. It was just like it'd be sunny, it'd be nice, and it'd come a flood, and then it was real humid, and give another 45 minutes, here comes another flood. So Twisted Fishing is eating sardines. I've never tried those.
Me either. I can't get past the smell of them.
Probably try and eat them or try and use them for bait.
I've never tried eating them.
They're different.
I like anchovies, so I imagine I'd probably like sardines, but
Well, I told you guys about the alpha gal thing I got going on, right?
yes.
I've been trying all kinds of new stuff lately because of that, and the sardines are not the worst thing I had. The smell is awful. The taste is not terrible.
Mark Barnum says summer solstice on Thursday.
My dad did say, in his opinion, of the sardines, it really, really depends on the brand. And he gave me, I forgot what brand it was. They carry them at Walmart, but they come in a cup instead of a can.
Hmm.
And, they look a lot nicer. All right, let's see if he's here. He's there.
Is he there?
If he's not there, it's a big tree. Hang on.
We don't want it to be a tree. No trees.
Well, the
Could've
last
been
tree
laying
I
in there
brought up. Sorry, not the last tree. The second to last tree I brought up had a flathead stuck in it, wrapped up in it too. So I'm not complaining.
Oh, there we go.
Well, yeah, we take that.
Whatever
Smoked
it is,
oysters, yeah.
I'm
I
leaning
can
towards
eat
tree.
them. I like smoked oysters too.
Oysters are good. Raw oysters are good.
I like to make oyster soup out of them.
Yeah, there's fish there. He's on there. Oh, come on.
There
Come
we
on.
go.
Go on to the tree. Go on to the tree. Come on. Tree. I gotta go
Has he
downstream.
hung
Anyway. See if I can get downstream and get him out of it. Come on.
I will say this, Minn Kota
Oh,
missed
yeah.
a real good opportunity to backlight the keypad on those iPilot remotes.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 1 has the flight button.
They put a big bright backlight on the screen, and then you can't see the buttons.
Come on. Come on. Oh, I can feel my sinker bouncing. He's stuck in there good if he's.
Oh,
Come on. Oh, maybe. Hang on.
sometimes you gotta.
Tree and all.
Sometimes you gotta wait them out. They got in there. They know how to get out.
There's the leader. Oh, nope. What is that? Rebar? What is that? That's not even a tree. What is this?
Rebar.
40.
Oh, it is a tree. Sorry.
Bobcat, which one's the brick? I got a feeling it's that one that. Oh, the touch screen. I don't have the touch screen.
I can't. I'm too poor to afford a touchscreen one.
That one I bought came with that advanced iPilot Link remote, and that thing looks like you call in an airstrike with it. He called a bicycle.
No, it was a tree. I was just wrong.
Good Lord, dog.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be my last anchor spot. I'm gonna. Well, we'll see. I keep saying that. We'll see.
Yes, Lee, it did get dark fast.
Mm-hmm.
Very fast. Boys, I'll be right back.
I did.
Thanks for the warning. Oh, that little float light he's got there is making me like I'm in like entranced mind. Like what the?
He's got a glow show going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's an FOA pipe phone. Yeah.
Oh, one of them fancy ones.
Chad, you finally saw my message.
Yeah, I did. That's why I was actually on the other screen looking. I'm a little slow sometimes.
Bluegill's working so good. I'm gonna go ahead and put another one on. I got enough.
Yeah, and Bluegill seemed to
Yeah,
be doing
that's
very
good.
well tonight.
I like that. All I'm doing is halfway filleting them, leaving them whole.
I'm with you.
Striper busted behind me. You know there's bait nearby.
Mm-hmm. If they're running, that's a pretty good chance.
Well, while we're at a lull, man, y'all got any more questions for me?
I don't know, chat. Chat, do you have any questions for the yak?
Oh, shoot. Bobcat says, luckily, Anthony has his Smurf art lights on.
Oh, you don't have to get pointing for my anchor light on, too. Thanks.
Yeah, don't be parkering things out there.
About to track every bug in a country mile, though, because...
Oh, yeah. I mean, you
yeah.
luck into a mayfly hatch or something.
Uncle Lou
man.
says
Go ahead,
opening both sides of the spine works good as well.
Wait, say it again?
Opening both sides of the spine?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm hitting the spine while I'm going down it. I'm just not actually, I'm not stabbing the spine. I'm just cutting basically along that top fin and then the gut pocket open. It was something I wanted to try for forever, but I had a hard time catching big enough bluegills to do it on the regular. But I found it with some random couple teenagers were calling it the flapper, and it caught my eye on YouTube. What do you think? Well, they hooked theirs to the tail, so it actually like literally flapped.
Wow.
Backwards.
Yeah.
But I was like, scent dispersion wise, you can't beat that though. You're literally dumping the whole entire fish at once, and bluegill don't bleed that much.
No, they don't.
So I think they're a better bait, but I hate using them because you have to change it so often.
I was fishing them live one time, and if you take your pair of scissors and trim their fins down to the nub, or cut one of their fins off,
Bleed a little bit.
It'll make them unbalanced, and they end up kicking. Because a bluegill, my experiences with them is they tend to like to they'll go find them a spot and just hang out and not move.
That's fair.
And this way makes them, they're always having to, they'll start to float up and they're kicking. Well, when they don't have fins, they're not making any headway. So they have to kick a whole lot harder.
Right. Makes sense. That is one thing I cannot do if my wife's fishing with me. She is not into the whole abuse of life.
That's
took me a long time to get her to go fishing with live minnows. Then she started catching fish on the regular. She's like, I can probably deal with this. She does.
Say that's called the squirmer.
I will say, one thing she does do, it kind of cracks me up. If we're using bluegills or shiners or anything, if they get hit and they survive it more than once or twice, she lets them go.
They get a free pass. Yeah, I can respect that.
She started doing that, so I started doing that with her. It's pretty fun. I will say the one that survived the absolute most brutal takedown I've ever seen and not hook up was a warmouth. My wife had caught. We threw it on a hook, and that thing came up, and there was like no scales down either side of it. It was kicking and flopping, meaner than snot. It wasn't even bleeding. I don't know how it got out of the fish's mouth or whatever. It had literally had like no scales left, so obviously it wasn't a gar. I just assumed either a big bass or a flathead or something, and it just happened to squeeze out or something, to rip all the scales off. It was pretty wicked to look at.
Was it like wicked tuna, man?
Yeah. I saw a meme today. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever seen it, but it's the first time I've seen it. If you guys are into the whole Marvel thing, it showed you said wicked tuna, maybe think of John Wick. But anyway, it showed Thanos sweating, and it showed the comment said Strange shows Thanos' dog, and he's like, is the time stone in the dog? And he said yes, so he kills the dog, and Thanos like, where's the stone? And somebody else said, why'd you make him kill the dog? And then he said, just wait. And then it shows John Wick coming. Hey, you got anybody seen my dog?
I don't know that I've seen that.
If I find it again, I'll send it to you. I obviously clipped it, but it's still pretty funny.
I love John Wick. I love those shows.
Are you watching the newest one, the ballerina or whatever it's called?
I have not. I knew it was coming out, but I have not seen it. I won't have it until it comes out on where I can buy it. I don't like theater crap.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. I actually have not seen all of the third and fourth one. There's four, right? Or this is the fourth one. I can't remember.
This would be the fifth one, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I have not seen all the third and the fourth one. I've seen all of the first one and the second one.
Let me double check. We own all the ones that were out.
Right. Well, the last one, correct me if I'm wrong, the last one's where they duel that guy, and that's where it kind of suggests that John Wick's is the hotel owner's son.
Yeah, John Wick Chapter 4. That was 2023. Okay. This one is from the world of John Wick, Ballerina.
Yeah.
2025 coming out.
Oh, come on, guys. Where's the big flathead? Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to move that anchor light. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to have to install another spot to put it up by the windshield or something. Actually, it would be perfect. It just, I could be mistaken, but I think it's just supposed to be able to be seen from all directions, and it's supposed to be the highest light on your boat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it matters where it's at, as long as it's not in front of the nav lights, I'm assuming. So I'm pretty sure I can move it up by the windshield or up by the trolling motor where I can see the trolling motor head. That's another thing Minn Kota messed up on. They really should have a little light on the top with an arrow or something where you can see where the thing's pointed. Oh, hey, rod number 4 is getting smacked. That's another bluegill.
Hey, there we go.
Let's do it.
They've been after the bluegill tonight.
We got about a half hour left.
Yep, 31 minutes, 25 seconds.
Yeah, I'm about to fillet all these bluegill and just to spend the rest of this, I think, in a minute. If this one doesn't do anything. It might be just
you've definitely gotten into a spot where there is active fish.
They're running them ledges.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up on them banks and eating.
Really hard to justify or try to make yourself try a different technique when you're still getting bites.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's what they want, Yeah,
it's like, it's one of those things. It's tough to leave fish to find fish, but if you're getting a point where you're not getting the right size, we've had that happen in tournaments and stuff. You're getting cookie cutter fish, and it's like, man, I'm getting a bite every 2 seconds. One of them's going to be big. No, you got to turn around and go find someplace else. But
Mark Burnham said he watched a video the other day about how bogus the Wicked Tuna Show is. Huh?
Really?
In tournament fishing, it's hard to leave biting fish to go find fish.
Well, especially when there's no guarantee you can find more fish.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And pre-fishing helps a little bit, but it's not the same.
Who has time for pre-fishing?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
A lot of people don't. I mean, that's just the way it is. A lot of people just don't have time for it.
Say, I don't even have time to regular fish, let alone
Yeah,
free
and
fish.
then let alone
I know.
pre-fish.
They're calling you the mini Brian B.
You
Who's
know
that?
what? They can kiss my butt.
Really?
Yeah.
Not on the left cheek? Not on
Or
the
they
right?
can kiss on both. I don't give.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Just
care.
checking to make sure I was getting the gist of all that.
Their prices are bogus, huh? Huh.
Prices per pound or whatever, how much they're making per fish. Wouldn't surprise me. You know,
Me neither.
it's like those guys that do the storage wars.
Yeah, yeah. I heard about the storage wars thing that
You
all
can get
came
this
out.
much for it. Maybe you would pay that much for it, but I'm not paying that much for it. A used dresser that somebody might buy and repaint, you're gonna get $300 for it. No, you probably get 20. Come on.
Greg Berger said Steve Douglas made a show about fish moving to the bank at night, and it worked.
They'll
Yeah, I
move
think-
up shallow.
I actually saw that video recently, and where I'm fishing now, the shallowest part is 16 feet, and to this side of me is I think another 10 yards that way, 60 feet. I mean, it's a pretty.
Drastic changes.
There's a deep hole on the other side. It's not as deep as this side, but it's its own separate hole. It's got a bunch of flooded timber, and I thought about checking it out too. But
Nebraska Wildcats has joined chat. Welcome, my friend.
what time is it? How much time I got left?
Let me look here.
9:34.
Yep,
25
got
minutes,
27
roughly.
minutes, 35 seconds.
Here's the Hail Mary. Let's slice all these bluegills up.
Let's go.
Merlina Smith has been watching but haven't gotten to see chat. But nice job so far, Anthony. And hello, everyone.
Hey,
She's
V.
too busy staring at pictures of that big old flathead on her phone.
I'm guessing that's probably right.
I can't blame her.
No. So pretty fish. It was gorgeous.
Matt from Want to Be Outdoors says lower the float closer to the bait or move your sinker further away. Get the bait closer to the surface.
Huh.
I'm about to suspend all of them, so they're going to be closer to the surface.
Yeah, take that, Matt. Oh,
I do like closer to the surface in shallow water, but now I'm talking 3, 4, 5 feet.
Yeah, we're not that shallow. Not even close to that shallow.
That's a great idea, Danny.
That is.
What do you think?
I don't know. I got confused when they said great idea, Danny.
Said
He said V.
Berlina,
Smith
get
needs to sign up for Top Cat.
Top Cat. Yep, I agree.
Okay,
So does Dave Funk.
that's a fair point.
Yeah, we've got 3 months left in the first inaugural season of Top Cat there. So we got July,
And
August,
there will be a season 2.
and there will definitely be a season 2. This has been a very good experiment.
We had a couple of months when it was really, really cold and nobody.
Yeah, we had January and February. We didn't have
It was
competitors,
rough.
and I
It
can't
would've
blame
been tough.
anybody on that one.
Nope, me either. It would have been really tough to do that. Now, some of the guys down south could have done it. Creole could have done it.
Yeah, January. I mean, what would have been January Top Cat, our water was frozen solid. So
It was. Yeah. It
Well, I
was.
figured out what that stand was on this rod.
We'd have still had winter blues. I'm just saying.
yeah,
Catfish with us says been distracted. What is his weight at?
Anthony's got his 2-fish bag going right now. He's at 41.11 pounds.
Looking for an upgrade?
Looking for an upgrade. That puts him in second place overall for Top Cat.
Which is a damn good showing.
Yes, it is. Boom.
Catfish with us says Dave. If Dave and V sign up, I just want a Joey for them. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Greg Burgess says, why hasn't more women fished the tournament more? That's a great question.
I know it.
Jody says, I had a phone call. Can I get a recap, Josh?
Yep. Let's pull this up here. Well, Anthony's getting reset there. He is at his 2-fish limit. Looking for an upgrade now. He's holding in second place at 41.11 pounds. Second place overall in the Top Cat competition.
Just wonder if Jerry Parker is watching this as he flies home. Erlena Smith says, I'll sign up for August or September.
Up there we go.
That's a start. We still need some July entries, though.
Yep. July is all we have open at the moment. So,
and you can sign up right after the show sometime tonight. Is that correct, Josh?
yes, after we finish the show tonight, I'll put the post up on the Catfish Weekly Facebook group.
It will be pinned to the top of the page, so you
There
can
we go.
jump on there and sign up. Dave Funk says, I'll sign up for September.
And you can always send a email or text to register at theweekendangler.com. No Gmail needed on that because it's got my own domain there. So that's one way to do it. If you send it that way, I'm still going to put you on the list on the Catfish Weekly group page. That way we don't forget you when it comes time to run the wheel.
100%.
Jody says she's looking for a real women's tournament. No men allowed as helpers.
There was one of them a few years ago. I happen to know the ladies that won that. There was 3 ladies in a boat, but they did have a guy operating the boat on Wheeler Lake. You could go with or without, but he wasn't allowed to touch bait, rods, cast or anything.
Tournament?
No, it was I forgot what the name of it was. But it only happened one year. Small Water Charters has joined us. Welcome, my friend.
Good to see you, John.
It was a great tournament.
What is going on there?
Cindy and the ladies from Texas ended up winning that, going away. They had 2 fish and was like 30 or 40 pounds ahead of everybody on a 3-fish limit.
Nice.
Yeah. A great tournament. It was really tough sitting on the bank for that one. I'll tell you right now. Chick fight. That's it, Dave. You're right.
Oh, it was only wrong when Josh said it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was just thinking.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say it.
I said,
yeah, there was a lot of
tournament. You're like, no, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
Fishcomers, that's right.
Fishcomers. Yep.
Yep.
I remember you telling me about that.
There was a lot of drama after it, and but yeah, it was a great tournament.
There's no drama in the catfish world. What are you talking about?
There's more drama in catfish world than there is in the whole rest of the fishing industry. so people can say what they want. Marlena Smith says, I'll do it, Jody. Only reason I don't is because we always fish together. He's my person.
He's my person.
That Joey person, I would assume.
Down to about 20 minutes left.
Hang on, fellas. I'll be right back again.
All right.
Save the drama for your llama.
Don't need no drama llamas.
No llamas.
What's up, Randy Swain?
Hey, Randy.
That's a good fella right there.
Chad, your buddy's offering you a banana.
Right in my face, too. It looks like he's rubbing it right on my face. I feel like I'm hanging out with Jerry Parker right now while he's putting up a tent.
We are 18 minutes, 30 seconds. Anthony's getting all readjusted out there.
Anthony's ready to give it one last hurrah.
Mm-hmm. The last charge of Wyatt Earp and his Immortals.
Yeah, I definitely deeper than I want to be, but there's a lot of trees here. So I'm gonna cruise the edge of it and see what we can find. Best I can. So far it's been 2 snags.
I'm with you, V. Keep it with the dudes, so that way there's no drama. All the
Randy,
dudes
he's had 2 fish. The first one weighed in at 23.91 pounds. That's the adjusted weight once we took off the weigh sling. And the second one weighed in at 17.2 for a total 2-fish bag of 41.11 pounds. Still got a little over 15 minutes left, 17 minutes to be exact right now. And looking for that big kicker fish right here at the end. So he's had some bites. Definitely looked like a flathead bite about 20, 30 minutes ago. So
I like dying. There is one more tree up here at the 10-minute mark. I might. I don't know. Yeah, screw it, find the tree.
Same here, Bobcat.
What's
I live with 3 women now.
I was trying to
And a
see what was
female
going
dog.
on there for a second. He's going to that other tree, isn't he?
Right here, yeah.
It was like a split-second
love-
decision there.
Miss V is awesome, just so you know. She's
Yeah.
a hoot.
That's a great thing, Jody, because it's nearly impossible to fish your own tournaments. You're basically donating money by the time you
Oh, yeah.
start the tournament after everybody else does, and you have to come in early
Yeah.
because you have to set everything up. If you fish your own tournament, you're just donating money. It's an hour and a half after
I'm
everybody
talking
else
about you.
leaves before you get to leave, and then you have to come in at least an hour and a half early, depending on how far you travel. And
Breaking the law for a minute. Sorry.
it's just not worth it. But you could start it, get it all set up, and have somebody else do it for you, and then fish it yourself. There's ways around that now that we have online fishing tournaments. Would you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped listening when you started talking.
Really? Really, Chad? Really?
That's not very nice. I listen when he talks. Mostly I'm listening for ammunition to give him a hard time about, but
Listen to this. Dave Funk says, I still got the Chick Fight t-shirt with all the names, team names
wow.
on it, and never wore it. Huh. I'd give you $20 for that.
Cindy still has her crown.
Yep. What is it they call that?
What, like a crown?
Tiara? Tiara?
A tiara?
Something like that.
Oh man, are you serious?
I think Chad should wear one of those.
Didn't there used to be a photo floating around of Lyle wearing a crown and a cape and all that stuff?
That happened at the Catfish conference one year.
That's what I was thinking. I think I have that photo saved somewhere.
I have it somewhere also. There's a video of Doc and I. We was crowning Coke, and that's what it was. That's what started it. Matthew Miles is the one that brought those. His wife made them for it.
Oh, wow.
That was many moons ago.
Catch Fish with us says, Dave, you need to wear that shirt when you get on Top Cat.
Dave Funk will be a force to be reckoned with.
Dave Funk is
He gets in it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not too bad for an Ohio angler. Just kidding, Dave.
Oh my!
Be careful,
Dave
Dave. Dave will get all
great
sensitive on
fish
you.
in the boat. He really does. Yes, Bob, he did.
Yeah.
More drama.
Holy smoke, dude!
What's
There's
that?
So his log is bigger than my boat that's floating by me right now.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see
Oh
it.
man!
See, that's dangerous.
Be careful.
tonight.
Well, it's going pretty slow.
That's one of the things I always get nervous about on the river at night.
Yeah,
I know where my safe line is on the river. You know, I know where I'm running and I'm not going to hit ground. I'm worried about that log or whatever else that's floating down river that wasn't there when I came through.
it could be a whole house. You don't know.
You don't know.
Luckily, it's quiet enough. I could just.
We missed a channel marker buoy one night by no more than 5 feet.
Oh, wow.
My good friend Ron Workman hit a sunken buoy on the Mississippi River in a tournament up by LaGrange, Missouri, and ripped a big section out of his Lund boat. And
Fish swimming upriver. Or no, what
get
happened?
it, Yak?
Hold on, what happened?
And totaled his boat. So,
Are you sure your spot lock's on?
Yeah, shut off.
Yeah, I was say, been there, done that, my friend.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Looks so good.
922 says, come on, 70-pound yak.
we're all hoping for that.
That's what we are. We root for everybody on Top Cat. When it's your month, we're going to root for you too. So
That's right.
Dave. Oh, Dave Funk, you
oh wow.
dirty, you know what?
I have known Dave Funk for many, many years, and that might be one of his better ones yet.
That was pretty good, Dave. I'll give you that one.
Oh man.
He's pretty funny for a Ohioan. I'm not just talking looking.
He should sure put some fish in the boat. I also know a guy that had a brand new boat and was fishing down below Memphis in flooded water, and the water was receding, and he ended up the next morning about 250 yards up on a sandbar.
Oh wow.
Hit it running wide open. I had to pull him off.
I had a
Quite the
buddy
deal.
that was fishing Gunnersville a few years ago, and the TVA decided that the Corps engineers decided they wanted to let a bunch of water through, and he got stuck back in the cove that he was fishing because there was a high spot coming into that cove. He had to call
get back
somebody
out.
to meet him at that boat ramp. Luckily, that cove had a boat ramp. He had to call somebody to meet him out there to get the keys to his truck, to bring his truck out there so he could trailer his boat back around to get onto the main lake. So
Wow.
there
I
was
have a
half of his
question.
tournament that day.
I have a question for people in chat and you guys. Very seldom do I watch any bass fishing anything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
right.
but Gerald Swindell has got a bunch of clips that he makes where he speaks his opinion about
Yeah.
different things,
Those are
and
awesome.
they are very well done. And I have the utmost respect for him as a human being. And even if he does fish for bass, he's one of my favorite guys. Get
There
it,
we
get
go.
it.
Get
10
it.
minutes to go. Yeah, about 9 minutes.
Is he on? No?
Y'all saw that bend, right? I'm not nuts.
I can't see it, so I don't know.
I can't see it, but I'm going to take your word for it. I know you're not nuts.
But that was a whole bluegill again. I'm guessing he must have had just the tail of it.
There's only one
He'll
person
come
in
back
this
for it.
on this show that's completely nuts.
Yeah, you were Chad.
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 Yeah, I'm the nutty one.
What are you trying to say?
Mhm.
Look, lady says G-Man is awesome. Just saying, and you are 100% correct. He's the
Yep.
most honest person, sincere person in the entire fishing industry.
I like the G-Man.
Me too. Bobcat Outdoors wants to know, Anthony, is your anchor light on?
It is now.
It was not for a second because I needed to see where this tree was I was looking for.
I got you.
And my spotlight was dead.
That's
But
my
yeah,
buddy
I did
Heath's
I did break the law. Don't do it. I don't encourage it.
I
favorite pro
agree.
bass fisherman is the G-Man. So
He is. He's my favorite by far. And absolutely, like I say, he's the most honest and sincere of all. And he'll tell you what he thinks. You might not always like it,
yeah.
but it's an honest opinion. And
Oh no, I like old Ike and Ellie.
I do too. He don't do the little short things like Gerald does, but
No, but
I'm pretty fond of him.
he's got a short temper. He don't take any
Yes,
crap.
he does.
I like him.
Yeah, he reminds me of someone. That's right, Jeremy. He does. The best post-tournament interviews there is. He has disqualified himself. Stand-up guy.
I would like to put one more fish in the boat.
We would like that too.
Mm-hmm.
70 would be just perfect.
Yeah.
We're pulling for you, buddy.
Actually, wasn't about a 68.
What in the
Wouldn't even
world?
believe.
The heck's
That'd
that?
do it. It's not that we want to see Parker lose. We just want to see you win.
Yeah.
I do think if I had live bluegill, we'd have had a lot more action today.
Next time, buddy.
That is my only.
I have a little question for you, Anthony. Have you had a good time tonight?
Oh, definitely.
Well, we have really enjoyed having you.
Yes.
I've been looking forward to this all weekend.
Well, you done a bang up job.
I appreciate that very much.
It's running close on time, but you still have if you get a fish on right at the buzzer, you get to count it. So,
Yep.
you know,
As
you
long
still
as
got
you
about
were
5
actively
minutes.
fighting the
roughly.
fish. So
Yeah, he messaged me right after his Joey job with Bobcat. He said, Bobcat made it look so easy. I can't wait to do this.
And then didn't Joey for him. Wow.
yeah.
Hold on, I think I got a walk stuck in my trolling motor.
Oops.
Mark Barnum says, watch the Meat Eater podcast today. They were talking about live scope and the pros and cons of it with the Garmin guy and lenders. I bet that's a good show to watch.
I'm getting tired.
There's a fish right under my boat. I wish he would hit one of my suspended baits.
Lee Reed says, I just got a Snapchat that will make one's stomach turn. A 70-plus pound flathead
Ugh.
floating down the river dead. Yeah, that'll do it every time.
Oh, you know what? Here, I'll tell you guys something. While we got a couple minutes to talk about it. So, if you're familiar with the Tennessee River, there is a pump station called Raccoon Mountain, and they got a lake up on top of this mountain where the campground is. You're not allowed to fish it though. Nobody's
Okay.
allowed to fish. Well, I don't know if it's like 7 or 10 years, whatever it is. This year was the year they drained that lake. This year, anybody wants to see it, I'll send you the photos. But they take all the big catfish because they're all flatheads, and they have to dig a giant ditch and bury them. They are not allowed to release them into the river per TWRA because there's so many big flatheads that they're afraid it'll wipe out the population of bait fish and everything.
Wow.
But I kid you not, you know those giant those roll off trash cans?
Yes.
They had like 2 of those full of minimum 20 pounds. I mean, I'm sure there's smaller ones too, but the ones I saw were all at least 20 pounds, and there were some that were pushing 40 or 50 easy. And they had to just get rid of them. And the people that are there can't take them home and eat them or anything either, because at that point, TWA can fine TVA for having more than the legal limit of catfish in possession.
Wow.
So there's like no way around it. My buddies and I were talking, and we're like, why don't they do something where it's like the weekend or maybe the month before they're going to drain the lake, make it so it's catch and keep only. You know, you have to kill it when you catch it and have somebody, an officer up there stationed there, and have some special permit or license to let people fish that or something, you know?
Or if they were going to do it, why not have something set up special to feed a homeless shelter with it?
That was my thing.
It literally takes a memorandum of understanding between the agencies.
Right.
Mhm.
Is all
That's
it
right.
takes. It takes
That's
a
right.
memorandum of understanding between the 2 agencies. Hey, we know that you didn't go out and poach these. These are, this is a situation. And it's,
Very
Yeah,
simply done.
It would be cool to see something like that done instead, I would think.
it is not difficult to do.
Nope.
Dustin, if you're still watching, this is what I wanted to do Saturday. Not go around on a trolling motor and just try to find a hump.
I think Dustin's afraid to get in for July because he don't think he can beat you.
I don't know. That one
Is
fish
that
he caught
possible?
Saturday, that one fish he caught Saturday was 1 pound less than my total limit right now. He gets on some big fish sometimes.
Joshua Perham, welcome to chat. You
Hey,
just
Josh
about
Pearl.
missed it.
I ain't saying hi to that guy. Josh.
Why?
Did you see what he said?
No.
I didn't see what he said either, but I can imagine if Chad's
He
offended. it
says,
wasn't me.
what's up, everybody? But Chad.
But Chad. And the July sign up post has been made on Catfish Weekly's Facebook page. It is now up and open, and anyone wanting to sign up for July can go in and do so.
And don't wait till the last minute so we know who we're dealing with.
Well,
I get that. I'm already in.
I'm no true quitter, so I'm going to leave my rods in the water while we do this outro and everything, because I think there's another fish here still.
I don't blame you a bit. It's been a pleasure
It's been a
to
blast.
have you on the show tonight. You're an excellent guest.
Well, I appreciate it very much, gentlemen. And I look forward to next year, since I'm under the impression I am not allowed to go again this year.
That's correct. Not this year.
Right. Once per season. So
If we allowed that, I'm quite sure Jody and Bob and a few others would be begging to get back
jumping
in.
right back in.
Jody was the first one, if I'm correct.
Jody was
remembering
our first one.
and she worked really hard.
She did
She
January,
really
didn't she?
did.
She went out there and was, going outside of her comfort zone that night,
Right.
looking for fish.
She sure did.
Yep. And then
And
Austin,
That
he
is
looked like he was fishing like a haunted river.
I didn't see Austin tonight, but
And that
Well,
is
Austin
the
was
time.
another great guest we had.
we are
I'm
time.
surprised. You know
That
who I'm
is
surprised
time.
doesn't get in this? LG Bass.
Yeah.
He would be
It would be
a
cool to
great.
hang out. It would be cool to hang out on the dock for a couple
I
hours.
think it
Tom.
would. I think
I think-
Tom needs to jump in
I
here
think-
and do a
I
show
think he
with us.
does.
Tom is
I
an
think
excellent
he-
gentleman. I would be
He
looking forward
is.
to that
He's
episode.
super.
So we
There's our
will.
score for the night.
There's our final for the night. Anthony with a 2-fish bag, 41.11 pounds. That puts him in second place overall for the Top Cat competition. And
Merlina Smith says, I think they have all been amazing and learned from every one of them. That's awesome.
and that was the point of Top Cat.
That's exactly
Now-
right.
now-
And
now
I
I'm scared. Miss
I
Video,
have learned
you'll tell me
something
what you
from
learned from
every
me.
single angler that we've had up there.
all
We
been
got,
great.
we got to check out the trailer flies. I'd never even heard of that until
Nope, me
tonight.
either. Learn
Yeah.
something about that, and everybody should take note of the fact that whole bluegill, not live, was where his
was-
fish come from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was catching fish.
Even the ones I missed.
Yeah.
Even so, even caught a tree bass or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I have been unsuccessful in my attempts to tie double hook rigs because I either make them too long or too short. And
Tom says
sometimes
if I had reception, I would. I can't stay connected. Huh? Are you
He's not-
tired, Chadwick?
Yeah.
he's not the only one that has problems with the connection issues with that.
No. Most river systems have
Yeah,
issues with connections because of the hills and valleys and all the stuff that goes around. And sometimes
Mhm.
we've done that when we tried to go live before, and it was really, really difficult in some areas. Other places, no problem at all.
I will say one other thing about tonight. All the fish came on a non-rattle rig. Also, it was whole bluegill, no rattles.
That's good. I mean, that is,
That is great information right there.
It just goes to show you don't have to have all that stuff.
No, you don't.
I definitely believe in mixing it up and having some of both. I usually run at least a float minimum because it's always so snaggy and I don't like losing stuff.
I like to lift my stuff just
Yeah.
off of the bottom. I really think that disperses scent better. I think that fish of almost any kind would rather go up to eat than down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one reason why I suspend my bait. And I've got every conceivable type of float to put on there, from rattles to non. And my favorite is the 2.5-inch Camel round float. They're about that big around, and they'll
big
float a
oval?
big. Yep, they'll float
Yep.
a big piece of meat up high enough that any fish can get it.
Get
And
you a
they'll-
balloon, make a Larry Muse rig.
That works really well too, except I had balloons so long in my boat they went bad. The rubber started deteriorating on them. But yeah, if you do that, blow it up about the size of a golf ball.
Yeah, I like all of mine are just the 3-inch peg floats. Everything I've used tonight's been FOA except for the hooks. The hooks are Gamakatsu's. That's what I had available. And
Understand?
for the stinger flies, if you're interested in doing those, double hook angling is the one I got mine from. But I know Catfish Sumo makes them. There's some other companies that tie them too that
I know a
advertise
guy.
them.
I'm
I know
thinking
a
I
guy
might
that
have
does
I might have to hand tie a few of those.
I've
Yeah.
already got the hook ready to go.
I had never thought about that. That was
Me
not
either.
even on my radar.
I have put smaller pieces of cut bait behind them before. I've done that
Mm-hmm.
with no success, I might add. But I've not tried
that
to.
could really be.
And I have an idea for one right now that I will be working on very
I'm
soon.
gonna have to make a few of those now. So
Well, I will say, in my experience, it literally only works if you have to either be fishing in current and have a really big float to make sure
Right.
that up off the rocks too, or
something
you had to
keep
be
it up and
had to be suspending. It does not work for dragging because you're too close to the bottom, and it does not work for anchoring with no floats because it's just another hook to get snagged.
Right? Matt says they're super easy to tie. But yeah, they're just a simple tie to do that.
Now, one thing I will say, I don't know what would be better with those: a straight circle hook, like a straight shank circle hook, or an offset eye circle hook. because I don't know how it'll affect the tying part of it. Because
Mhm.
if you snell it on top of that afterwards with that double layered material, I don't know if the offset would still work.
You're right,
That makes
Mark.
sense.
That would be great.
I'm actually tempted to snell mine first and then tie it.
Sure.
I think that's a smart.
I think that's
move.
what I'm gonna have to try those. So
Now, the only concern I would have with that now is because I don't know that much about resin. I'm assuming you would. Well, I guess if you just tie it with thread, it wouldn't matter. If you're using resin though to finish your head with the resin melt the mono,
yeah,
No.
no, I don't ever use the resin. So
I
Yeah,
do,
okay.
and it won't hurt it.
Okay.
the only thing I see might be an issue is trying to whip finish something like that.
We've
They make
all seen Josh how to whip finish. So
Yes,
Yeah, I bet he knows how to whip.
I do know how to whip finish, but it's been a while since I've tied a jig, so my first one's going to be super sloppy.
I'm thinking that I might even try one that's not snell with
Wait,
Oh.
come on.
just try a
We'll take a post. We'll take a
Fisherman's
post game
knot.
showfish. We're always up for
Absolutely.
post game showfish.
That was rod number 4. It had a decent little smack. It's another whole bluegill though, so I don't know.
and said, Chad, you have been really quiet.
I was just trying. I am honestly. I'm ready to go to sleep.
He's tired.
Yeah, I'm not that far behind.
I have literally felt like I've just been running since
So
Friday.
you're not going to do like Jody and fall asleep?
Y'all keep going, and I might.
Yeah, I gotta be up at 4:30, so I'm gonna be
Ugh.
doodling in a second. But
Yep.
and I do appreciate you guys having me on here. It was fun. I would definitely do this again.
Anthony, we had a blast. You was an outstanding guest. Thank you so much for being a part of Catfish Weekly tonight.
Anthony,
Appreciate
be careful. Be careful heading in tonight, brother. Don't just take it
Yeah.
easy heading
Yeah,
back to
Take
I
it
think-
easy and
In
Be
the dark,
safe.
I go a little slower in the dark.
Yep.
Not as slow as Dustin would like. Apparently, I stirred. I do go
these
slow in
things
the dark.
getting in. We do not have a bragging board tonight. Things didn't work out for Josh
No,
to
we
get it
don't.
finished.
No.
We'll have one next week, right?
Yes, we will.
Very good. Very good.
So
With that, what do you guys say we knock it off for the night so Chad can go to bed?
go to bed.
Do
Get
you
in
guys
there and
love it.
sign up.
Do you guys care if I
Catfish
mention
Weekly
one
Facebook
thing?
page
Awesome.
and-
No, go ahead.
So thanks to Freddie for letting me be on the pro staff again, but let me get on the pro staff period. But we're doing a show on Saturday nights. Dustin and I started this past weekend, but we decided now that I'm on that crew, we're gonna do an all FOA pro staff show Saturday nights called Whiskers Gone Wild from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. for you late birds. If you're interested in that,
Is this on the
Yeah.
OnlyFans site or on YouTube?
this is on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Probably past my bedtime.
Well, right, but it's going to be we're focusing on one technique a week, basically. And then
Sounds like fun.
everybody's fishing their waters, but doing one technique specifically. So people that are trying to learn something or maybe don't understand
yeah.
something from reading a guide can ask a question live and maybe get a better answer than what they found.
Sounds like a great idea.
That sounds like a good show.
This past episode was anchor fishing. I think the next one we're doing dragging.
Chad needs to watch that.
So
I need
Chad-
to put on a master class for that.
Chad's encouraged to be on that show since he's FOA staff as well. But
That's right.
he may not. I don't know if he likes me anymore. He doesn't ever talk to me other than
I can
when my
tell
kids
you,
are in
I
the
don't, and I think Josh and Lyle can attest to this. I don't talk much at all lately, and I'm tired and
He's
old
tired.
and bitter. And
He is
Run
tired,
down.
old, and bitter. He's
He
correct.
needs a Snickers. He gets grumpy when he doesn't. When he's hungry, so.
no, staying away from the Snickers was helping me lose weight. So now,
And he says some.
You grumpy.
That is
So.
fair.
He
How much
says
have you
some of
lost
the
now, Chad?
meanest things about me.
How much have you lost now, Chad?
They're not mean if they're true.
But they're not.
still right at that 55-pound mark.
Yeah, that mark's hard to break, man. I was down almost 60 until I went on vacation. Now I'm back to like 45. So I gotta go make all that ground back up.
Just keep at it. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
That's
right.
sure,
Gotta
man.
keep on keeping on that. So
That's correct.
But yeah, Chad's lost a lot of weight. Chris has lost a lot of weight. Bob obviously lost a lot of weight. I mean, it's
Yep.
everybody's doing good in that department from what I can tell.
Trying.
Keep everybody happy and healthy. Hell, hang on, let me turn my lights so y'all can see me better. There we go. Ta-da.
Heck
Yay.
yeah.
Now
Anthony,
everybody-
again, thank you so much for being part of Catfish Weekly. We absolutely had a blast with you tonight. You're welcome back anytime. And I hope you will jump in on next year's Top Cat competition.
I intend on doing so. And like I told Josh last time I joeyed for Bob, if he ever runs that Tacticat one again, I plan on hopping in it too.
That was fun.
That one might have to make an appearance this fall. So
this and that are both very fun formats. They're very different, and like you said, it's a little more personal. And when, in the case of the Tacticat, the strategy is completely different because you can't just do the normal try to catch 3 big fish thing.
Yep, you gotta go in order. It messes with people. So
it does.
That would be a beautiful stinger fly. It really would.
What's that?
Yes, it would.
I have a picture of a dace. I believe that's what they call them, isn't it, Josh? Dace.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's the ones that are black and
real
red and silver.
Beautiful, beautiful fish. That would probably work out really good, man.
I bet it would.
I bet I can make one. I bet I could.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try making me some of those now. So
it's on my list.
I have now officially picked up something from every Top Cat. So
absolutely, and I am now interested in knowing if it'll catch as many fish or even close to as many fish as the bait itself.
Mhm.
After what Anthony told us, now it's something that has to be done.
Well, like I said, the striper industry, they claim it does. I think what numbers I saw were like 30% is what they saw. But the guy I originally saw them from, some people know him, some people like him, some people hate him. Is what it is. But Justin from Kayak Catfish, he was the first one I saw using them for catfish.
I have to tell you though, Anthony,
what's that?
30% is a huge number if you're a tournament fisherman, and it
Mhm.
only takes one good fish to make the difference.
Well, the one thing that Justin said was that typically speaking, it's smaller fish, but when you're having to do like a lot of the online tournaments he does in particular, there's you have to get so many fish within a certain slot size, and you can only keep 2 that are oversized. So
Oh,
yeah.
He was aiming to use those to catch a lot more of the. I can't remember the inches, but I would say like the upper teens, lower 20 size fish,
Right,
lengthwise.
right.
But those are still fun fish, and I mean, if it's an extra 3 or 4 fish a trip, I mean, to me, that's worth it.
absolutely,
100%. Yeah, it sure is.
absolutely.
All right, boys, you guys got any closing stuff?
I think we about covered it.
Good.
Anthony, thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. We had a blast, brother.
Awesome job tonight.
Yep. It was. Yep, you've done great. Very
Good job,
proud to have you on the show.
Appreciate it very much, and we'll catch you guys next week.
All right.
All right, man.
See you tonight, everyone. Be sure to tune in next week and get signed up for next month.
It is posted.
It is posted.
Yeah,
Dustin's name is on there. I went ahead and put him on there.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a great week, y'all.